5-minute reviewer, and recently, one of the persons I subscribe to called Romanian TVee did an article where he explained um, why Christians think that gamers hate them. So I link the video below so you can watch it if you want. But I'm here to give my take as a Christian who also loves gaming a lot on how I feel about his opinion. Right off the bat, before anyone accuse me of misleading them, I'm a Christian of the Lutheran Calvinist persuasion. So I think that the Bible is an inerrant word of God, and I'm a sola scriptura follower. And despite the religious differences between me and Romanian TVee, I actually do like him as a person. I like his takes. I find his takes very honest, and he's definitely not a grifter. So without further ado, let me begin. So right off the bat, I would like to say Christians, especially the Protestants who grew up around me, tend to have a very low view of gaming. I remember growing up in a Methodist church that the church elders tend to tell me that even Pokemon, with all its cute figures, is a work of Satan. So that didn't actually turn me away from gaming, but it turned me a bit off from Christianity, even though I was attending the church at the same time. So in this, I'm agreement with Romanian TVee that people tend to associate Christianity with anti-gamers. So that's why there's an impression that Christians think that gamers don't like them and vice versa. Whether you're for gaming or against gaming, I think what a lot of people need to recognize that gaming is an art form. You may enjoy certain forms of art, you may not enjoy certain forms of art. For example, I don't enjoy opera or Chinese orchestra, and that is fine. I don't discriminate people, I don't stop them from enjoying those forms of art. At the same time, gaming is a form of art, an interactive form of art. Is there opportunity for abuse? Yes, there is. If you spend too much time and neglect your responsibilities, yes, gaming, like any other art form, can be a form of abuse. Is it a form of escapism? Yes. But as if any form of escapism, there's good and bad in it because it can take you from the stresses of the world, but it also can suck you in and take you away from the moral duties that you have as a person. The other thing that I want my fellow Christians to think about is that many forms of art, and including gaming, carry Christian themes. For example, like in this game called Unicorn Overlord, the theme of forgiveness and redemption falls heavily in this game, even though it's seemingly just a combat game. In the story, the narrative carries a lot of ideas of letting your past vengeance away. Another genre which lends itself nicely to Christianity is actually detective games, because a lot of detective games rely on you finding the objective truth of what happened. Just like the Gospels often emphasize that Christ is the truth, the way, and the life, and therefore we should not be afraid to go where the evidence leads us. And ultimately, you always lead us in the correct direction, which is towards Jesus Christ. Even games which are definitely not designed with Christianity themes in mind, like Persona 4, also bring to mind the injustices of the world, and how no matter how hard we work to perfect the world we are in, there's always going to be some cracks beneath the surface, or some hints that our world is one step away from falling apart, and therefore needs someone outside to redeem it, in this case, the player. These are all very Christian themes that you can derive from gaming itself, even if the game is not explicitly meant to be Christian-like. We Christians do not need to interpret every single game and every piece of material or every single habit in the most anti-Christian way or to be against Christianity. So my conclusion ultimately is very simple, because gaming is just like any other art form, has potential for great benefit and potential for great abuse, but it shouldn't be singled out as something that's always very bad. Like unfortunately, a lot of my friends in the Christian community do, as Romanian TVee rightly points out. But I also know that ultimately to each his own, and whether you agree with me and don't agree with me, do let me know in the comments. Regardless, have a good day ahead, and God bless you. Take care everyone, and have a nice day.